Go! It's time now for the Beauty Channel News, the Late Night Report. For this Friday, October the 3rd, 2014. Good evening, everybody. I'm Peter Wiggins here, now your news headlines. Our talk story at 11 o'clock is, as an internet video released on Friday, perpetrated to show an Islamic State group fighter beheaded and British hostage Al Henny, the fourth such killed and carried out by the extremist group now targeted U.S.-led airstrikes. The emergency operations center at the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention in Atlanta was very quiet as well late in the afternoon on Tuesday, and a dozen or more CDC staff had gathered to hear the latest news out of Dallas about the suspected Ebola. The Secret Service lost more than its boss over the cascade of security lapses which cast doubt on its capacity to fulfill its prime mission, protecting President Obama. 25 years after China's brutal suppression on protests in Tiananmen Square, a new generation of students is filling the streets of Hong Kong. 248,000 jobs created by employers across the nation last month, a significant increase from more than 80,000 in August at 42.1 hours in the average work week in manufacturing during the highest level in more than 60 years. Massachusetts has treated patients for suspected cases of Ebola for months, but the deadly virus has been ruled out in the region since state health officials said on Friday. In matter of fact, Muslim leaders must strike at the enemies of Islam with an iron hand, as Saudi Arabia's Grand Mufti said in his Hajj sermon on Friday, in an apparent condemnation of Islamic State group. In Stockholm, Sweden's new center-left government will recognize a state of Palestinian in a move that will make its first major European country to take the step, Prime Minister Stefan Löfven said on Friday. A woman walked by the political protesters Friday in Rio de Janeiro's Bush in Islam as national elections are Sunday. As they prepare to elect a new president for Brazil, many say they want change, but not too much of it. A stampede at a religious festival in eastern India has left at least 32 people dead and 15 others hospitalized. As authorities in various states said that a stampede occurred Friday as large crowds were leaving a Hindu festival known as Dussehra in the state capital. Senior White House officials took the podium on Friday to reassure the American public that the U.S. is prepared to combat and successfully stop the Ebola virus and eventually halt the disease in West Africa, where approximately 33 deaths said. In Indio, California, notorious South Bend, California murder mystery that finally saw progress after 7 years of a cold case may have gone cold again. The huge cyber attack at JP Morgan Chase had touched more than 83 billion households and businesses were one of the most serious computer intrusions into an American corporation. Samsung has been paying Microsoft $1 billion unit royalties to use its technology in Samsung's Android smartphones and tablets, according to the court document filed on Friday. While there's no official word from Apple, a group of hackers called themselves Safe One Team released a much awaited untethered jailbreak for iOS 7.1.2, iOS 7.1.1, and iOS 8.0.2 for Mac and Windows. Margarita Palestino is the cell and the anger management saw claiming that he would grab her left breast and pull her scrubs, then grabbed her bra strap and tried to pull it down. Bad news for those of you fans who want to see the trials and tribulations of South Fork Ranch, as the series Dallas faced a rough shot as Dallas star Larry Hamlin, who reprised the Royal Jail Union show passed away in 2012. Just to meet was getting underway as TNT's Dallas will not return for the fourth season. When Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis revealed the name of their daughters at the actor's website, they also included photos of 6 newborns with the challenge. Can you guess which one is ours, or what does it really matter? Is Robert Downey Jr. angling for Mel Gibson to return to Hollywood? It certainly seems that way if they revealed that he would sign up for Iron Man 4 with his old Australian pal, for the pension for saying controversial things, was hired as director. Researchers today pushed the most detailed maps of the ocean floor ever produced, as data collected by satellites and remote sensing instruments were used to create a model at least twice as accurate as previous maps, revealing thousands of previously. Being more curious about a specific topic can make it easier to learn more about it, according to new research published online in the Cell Press journal Neuron. A woman in Sweden has given birth to a baby boy used as a transplanted woman in medical first doctor's report. That 36-year-old mother was born without a uterus, received a donated womb from a friend in the 60s. The Department of Health and Human Services has just added 4 new substances to the official federal list of carcinogens they update every year as the more that they learn about or find new developments of carcinogens of biological and chemical. Take a look at local news here. Police are investigating a death that was emailed to several Harvard University affiliates. Dr. Rick Sacker, who just recovered from the Ebola virus, said that the odds were excellent for Ashok Kubo for Providence today is going to get through the Ebola virus. A major fire is burning at the Flight 93 National Memorial in Somerset County in Pennsylvania, and reports say 9/11 artifacts are burning. First Lady Michelle Obama is making a political swing for New England on Friday on behalf of the Democrats. More than 1,000 golfers took part in the Gilman Gates golf tournament on the 5th anniversary of her murder. A second kidnapped suspect is arrested in Baltimore, Maryland, after his police say 2 people forced a 49-year-old woman from Massachusetts into a trap. Investigators released an image of an event that may have been involving a fatal hit and run in Brockton earlier in the week. Michael DeLeo of Arlington bowled the first perfect game of his life at Lanes and Games in Cambridge, and 2 games later, his father did the same. Newburyport has hired someone who take out problematic skunks at Waterfront Park, and some residents are upset. Ben Affleck, a lifelong Red Sox fan, will do whatever if it takes to get to a character as he refuses to wear a New York Yankees hat in his new film Gone Girl. Enough Andover winner has been indicted in the collector with allegedly stealing more than $1.7 million from a former employer. Okay, let's take a look at New England Insulators here. In Westford, Massachusetts on 495 northbound, Norfolk exit 32 Boston Road, a motor vehicle accident rollover, 1 vehicle rolled in the woods in Westford and Chelsea responded, and no one traveling to minor injuries here. And let's take a look at traffic here at 11:06 here on this Friday night. And we'll take a look at the traffic here. And it shows the lone slow spot here on the map here is 93 southbound here from Andover all the way down for Wilmington here. And we got an accident on 495 southbound near the local connector, and also tries to exit in that area. But otherwise, you are good to go on this Friday night. Peter Channel News Time, 11:07, and it is time now for a low weather report here on this Friday night. Our current conditions here in North Massachusetts at 11:07, 55 degrees on temperature, light rain, fog and mist, humidity 96%, wind speed with about 3 miles per barometer, 2993 inches, 54 degrees, and visibly 2.5 miles an hour here. Okay, let's take a look at current conditions in the region here at the 11th hour here. 53 degrees on temperature right now here in Boston. 52 out in Bedford, 53 in Beverly, 55 in Gloucester, 54 in Fitchburg, and in Naperville, 50 in Worcester, 53 in Sturbridge, 52 in Webster, 55 in Milford, 54 in Norwood, 55 in Taunton, New Bedford, it's 57 in Plymouth and Falmouth and Chatham and Provincetown and Marvinsville, 58 in Cape Cod, and then Nantucket at 57 in Block Gone, 56 in Westlake, 52 in Smithfield, at 63 in New York City, 61 in Islip, 58 in Montauk, 61 in Long Island, 61 in Bridgeport, 57 in New Haven, 57 in Danbury, 54 in Waterbury, 55 in Meriden, 57 in Hartford, 58 in Winslow, 57 in Springfield, 53 in Amherst, 53 in Greenfield, 52 in Gardner, 57 in Northampton, 53 out in Pittsfield, 62 in Albany, New York, 59 in Bennington, 47 in Brattleboro, 52 in Keene, Hampshire, 50 in Bedford, Hampshire, and Manchester, Hampshire, 52 in Concord, Hampshire, 53 in Nashville, Hampshire, 55 up in Portsmouth, New Hampshire, 57 up in Portland, Maine. Here our current conditions around the region and now around the country shows a cold front from up northern Mexico, stretching down to the southeast of Texas Gulf Coast, down Louisiana, down to the southeast of down to eastern Tennessee Valley, and up through Ohio, and up to southern Ontario. And a warm front from Ontario, stretching into western New York, down for Pennsylvania, and down for Virginia, and up to sea. And a pink front from eastern Ontario up in the north central Ontario, and a station front from western Ontario, and up in the northern Minnesota. And we got a station front from Alberta, down for Rockies here, and a warm front from western British Columbia. We've got low pressure up in Ontario, while we got high pressure in the Texas Panhandle, central Idaho, northeast Montana, and off the Oregon coastline. Here, 65 degrees at temperature right now in Pittsburgh, 78 in Washington, D.C. and Atlanta, 80 in Miami, Florida, it's 81 in Brownsville, Texas, it's 79 in Dallas, Texas. But look at this, 48 in Kansas City and Chicago, 45 in Omaha, Nebraska, 43 in Minneapolis, St. Paul, 59 out in Detroit, 52 in Great Falls, Montana, 69 in Seattle, 90 in San Francisco, 80 in Los Angeles, 85 in Las Vegas, 87 in Phoenix, Arizona, 73 out in Albuquerque, 48 out in Denver, Colorado, and at 66 in Salt Lake City, Utah. Taking a look at our map situation, map satellite look shows clouds and showers and storms from Florida stretching up the Atlantic seaboard down through New York City and then stretching into the Great Lakes here. While we had seen some snow and rain coming from northeastern Minnesota up in the northwestern Wisconsin. We're seeing some snow. And with some rain, sleet, and snow showers from western Ontario down to southeastern Manitoba with some rain showers here, and a little rain showers with some clouds from southern British coming in after Alberta up in the northwestern Saskatchewan here. And we got satellite loop here, and it shows line of clouds from Florida stretching it up the Atlantic Seaboard and up in Ontario and western Quebec, and line of clouds coming to the Great Lakes down to Ohio Valley. And we got clouds from northern Iowa west, stretching Minnesota and eastern Dakota, then up to southern Manitoba and for western Saskatchewan and Alberta, and down for British coming down for northwestern and eastern portion of Washington State, to northern Iowa, the whole down for Montana. Okay, let's take a look what is going on in the tropics here. Okay, let's take a look at what's going on with Simon here. It's now a hurricane with 75-mile-per-hour wind gusts here, and it's 19.2 to the north, 111.6 to the west, and movement west-northwest about 12 miles an hour here. As 11 o'clock here, Simon becomes the 13th hurricane in the eastern North Pacific hurricane season here. As there are no coastal watches warning fact that the center of Hurricane Simon moved very close to the Socorro Island in Mexico a few hours ago, and at 8 p.m. Pacific time, which is 11 o'clock our time, is located near latitude 19.2 to the north, longitude 111.6 to the west, and Simon is moving toward the west-northwest near 12 miles by 19 kilometers, and this motion is expected to continue for Saturday and turn toward the northwest, expected Saturday night and Sunday. Satellite data indicate that maximum sustained winds have increased to 75 miles per 120 kilometers an hour and with a higher gust. Some additional strengthening is possible during the next 24 hours, but a gradual weakening should begin thereafter. Simon is a small tropical cyclone hurricane force wind extend upwards up to 10 miles, 20 kilometers from the center, and tropical storm force wind extend upwards up to 45 miles, 75 kilometers. The Mexican Navy automatic river station on Socorro Island reported sustained winds up to 50 miles an hour and 80 kilometers an hour, and a gust of 69 miles an hour and 112 kilometers an hour a few hours ago when Simon passed United Island. Estimated minimum set pressure 98 millibars or 29.18 inches. Hazard effect on land. Rainfall. Simon is expected to produce total rainfall amounts of 5 to 10 inches with outside amounts around 15 inches over the next several days across Baja Sur, and these rains could cause flash flood and mudslides. For surface swells generated by Simon are still affected portions of the southwestern coast of Mexico, and these swells are likely to cause black fretted and surface rip current conditions, and please consult products for your local weather office. Here. And let's take a look at the forecast discussion around the country here. A big push of cold air will continue to the east United States this weekend. Heat continues for the west coast this weekend, and dominating weather breaks up. For the lower 40 will be a strong cold front that currently extends from the upper Ohio River Valley to the central Gulf Coast. This cold front will push eastward tonight, reaching back to the east coast by tomorrow morning, along with freezing conditions and much colder temperatures compared to the past week. By Sunday, high temperatures will only range to the 50s to New England to the 70s across the southeast and northern Florida, but conditions will be dry beyond the cold front. As far west, temperatures for the much of the upper Midwest will drop into the low to mid-30s overnight, where the rain and snow mix will occur from Minnesota to Wisconsin. Light snow accumulations will be possible here, but relatively warm ground conditions of daytime temperatures will be rising into the 40s during the day, and Saturday will include travel problems. On the other side of the nation, uplevel range will be placed throughout the weekend, allowing for average temperatures to be above average and dry conditions be persistent, as high temperatures will swing and persist from San Diego, California, Spokane, Washington, weather area between 10 to 25 degrees above early October over the addition. High pressure charging surface across the inch-mile west conditions will be favorable for wildfires across portions of Southern California, including the coastal ranges and the adjacent foothills. Here. Alright, let's take a look at forecast discussion around the region here. A soupy mess of low clouds and fog lingers tonight and Saturday morning, especially over eastern New England, as a line of showers and isolated thunderstorms will preclude a cold front Saturday afternoon and night. As dry and cool weather falls, Sunday mild weather returns Monday, especially Tuesday, the next cold front and another period of showers expected to the night with Wednesday with dry weather falling on Thursday as new term until 6 a.m. and Saturday morning at 10:15 p.m. update. Low clouds have moved westward across all of southern New England this evening as patch of fog and drizzle will continue to affect the region and on and off with for tonight and made a few minor updates to the temperatures and skies and pups that are cat today. Latest trends and otherwise the forecast will be on track. Okay, let's take a look at our weather notes here. And it will be showing clouds and sprinkles throughout the day tomorrow. A steady rain tomorrow evening and a murky evening or so with a bump. Rain later in store and water temperature 59 degrees and shall become heavier tomorrow night in eastern Massachusetts at 6 p.m. midnight. Here. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, there is a drizzle expected on Saturday morning as showers move across the region, mainly Saturday afternoon and evening from west to east. A few thunders also possible locally. Every wind gusts there. So the east you go, the less rainfall you get, which is a quarter to half an inch from the Cape Nouns down to southeast Massachusetts. The farther west you go, the more rainfall we get, as we here in Norton will get a half to 3/4 inch rain and 1/4 inch rain from Worcester County and Springfield down to the Metro Connecticut, and 1 to 2 inches rain from western Massachusetts to Berkshires down from northwestern Connecticut, upstate New York, and the southern Vermont and southwestern New Hampshire. Here. And we'll do the timing of the rain showers here. Alright, futurecast here. While you're sleeping in hours, clouds will be lingering, and while rain showers be in the eastern quarter from Albany down New York down from New Jersey and down from eastern Pennsylvania down from eastern Maryland by about 5 o'clock in the morning here. And then 7 o'clock, the showers will continue to make its way to the east here as we will see heavy rain around 72 New York around New York City and Long Island Sound around New Jersey by about noontime on Saturday. And then the rain showers will make its way down to western New England by about 4 o'clock. And then 6 o'clock will be getting near around central and western Massachusetts. And the showers and storms will be in Rhode Island by about 8 o'clock. And we could see a few spotty rain showers throughout the day. And then we will get into heavy stuff between 8 to 10 o'clock here. Okay, take a look at our 7-day forecast. It goes like this. First, we'll take a look at the hazardous weather outlook here. Patchy dense fog is possible for portions of eastern Massachusetts, resulting in visibility for a half mile less tonight. It will result in hazardous travel conditions here. In days 2 to 7, Saturday through Thursday, a line of rain will be the heavier showers and isolated thunderstorms are expected along ahead of a cold front. Sweeping across southern New England on Saturday afternoon and evening as well. The threat of a heavy rain is more likely to bring a very low possibility that thunderstorms will present the threat of a strong, potentially damaging wind gust, even a lower possibility of a brief spin-up tornado. In addition, low temperatures late Sunday night and early Monday morning are expected to be in the low 30s across southwestern Hampshire and northwestern Massachusetts. This will be likely require the students have some frost advisories here. Okay, let's take a look at the 7-day forecast. It goes like this. Overnight, a chance of drizzle, Petrobras, otherwise clouds got low in 50 degrees and light north wind. For Saturday, showers likely after 5 p.m. Petrobras before 10 a.m. west. Most clouds got with a high of 66 degrees and light available wind becoming southeast by 5 to 10 miles in the morning. Chance of precipitation is 6% and new precipitation amounts to 10 inch possible. Saturday night, showers and thunderstorms likely before midnight, then a chance of showers between midnight and 2 a.m. low around 45 degrees and southeast wind about 7 to 9 miles by chance of precipitation is 8% and new rainfall amounts to 3.25 inches possible. For Sunday, sun skies about 62 degrees and northwest wind about 8 to 11 miles per gust size 25 miles per hour. Sunday night, most of the skies are 40 degrees and southwest wind about 3 to 6 miles per hour. Monday, most of the sun skies are about 66 degrees. Monday night, most skies got low on 52 degrees. Tuesday, most skies got about 74 degrees. So that chance of showers, most skies got about 58 degrees. Would be able anticipation is 40%. Wednesday, chance of showers, sun skies about 69 degrees. Anticipation 40%. Wednesday, podcast got lower 51 degrees. Thursday, most of the sun podcast got about 68, about 49 degrees. Friday, podcast got about 70 degrees. Predators with a phrase of the day. Rainy Saturday in town. Predator Channel News Time. 11:19 approaching 11:20 here on this Friday night, and then it's time now for Sports Roundup here. And let's take a look at the Major League Baseball playoffs here, where a full slate of games were played today. We will start you off in Baltimore. As the Baltimore Orioles take a 2-games-to-none lead to this best-of-7 series with a 7-6 victory over the Detroit Tigers here. As Game 3 will be Sunday in Motown, which is Detroit, Michigan here. In the National League Divisional Series, the San Francisco Giants edge out the Washington Nationals 3-2 in the National League Divisional Series as San Francisco takes that series 1-game-to-none. As old friend from the Red Sox, Jake Peavy, gets the win for the Giants. Game 2 tomorrow in D.C. Out in Los Angeles, the St. Louis Cardinals win over the Los Angeles Dodgers 10-9 here as the St. Louis Cardinals take a 1-game-to-none lead of this best-of-7 series. Game 2 tomorrow out in Los Angeles here. And down I-5 to Anaheim here, where the Kansas City Royals have a 1-love lead on the Los Angeles Angels here in the top of the 6th inning here. As the Royals have a 1-game-to-none lead to this best-of-7 series here. Alright, let's take a look at our National Hockey League's preseason scoreboard here. And the Boston Bruins out in Bridgeport, Connecticut defeat the New York Islanders 6-1. Other scores around the National Hockey League, U.S. San Jose leading Arizona 1-0 with 7:34 out in the second period out in Phoenix. Carolina over Buffalo 5-1. New York Rangers over the Chicago Blackhawks in a shootout 3-2. Ottawa over Montreal shootout 4-3 in overtime, and Toronto over Detroit 5-1. All right, let's take a look at the Massachusetts High School football scoreboard here. As we take a look at how Norton fared here. And they lost 28-14. So the Norton Lancers are searching for our first W of the 2014 season. It's a rebuilding year. Hang in there, Lancer fans. Okay, other scores tonight around the state. Nauset over Falmouth 14-8. Dennis Yama for Sandwich 28-15. In the Boston City, it was Latimer Academy 14, New Mission 8. Boston English 22, O'Brien 6. Madison Park 16, South Boston 8. Brighton, Blanking West Roxbury 30-0. Dorchester 28, Burke 6. East Boston over Charlestown 54-6. And then Cape Ann, Linfield 42, Manchester Essex 7. Archbishop won 33, St. Mary's 6. Austin Prep losing at Arlington Catholic 34-28. Bishop Fenwick 28, Cardinal Spellman 14. Pope John Paul II 54, Lowell Catholic 20. Xavier 35, Catholic Memorial 6. St. John's Prep 28, Malvern Catholic 6. Blackstone Valley 42, Quag Bog 12. Chelsea Pope John 41, Millman 6. Essex Tech 35, Lynn Tech nothing. Westford 23, Waltham nothing. Bishop St. 21, Martha's Vineyard 19. Holderness 41, Dexter nothing. It was New Hampton 46, Hyde Main 6. Malden 36, Somerville 14. King Philip 33, North Attleboro nothing. Buckman, Brown and Nichols 35, St. Paul's 28. Belmont Hill 35, Roxbury Latin 14. Brooks 41, St. George 32. Governor's Academy 28, St. Sebastian 19. Groton 39, Thayer 20. Williams Academy 37, Milton Academy 28. Nobles 21, Middlesex 14. St. Mark's 25, Rivers 24. Southeastern 22, Bristol Plymouth 15. Bishop Colleen 21, Tri-County 6. North Andover 34, David Rackett 6. Duxbury 47, Whitman Hanson 23. Hanover 47, Situate 26 from my good friend Robert Stevens. Plymouth North shut it out Hingham 28-0, and Quincy over Silver Lake 28-14. Fairhaven 40, Bourne 28. Ace Bridgewater thrashing Randolph 56-18. Mashpee 32, Hull 8. Rockland 27, Norwell 22. Amos Pillman 38, Agawam 28. South Family 26, Chickpea 20. West Springfield 14, Putnam 12. Ace Long Meadow 40, Holyoke 13. And Minichog 22, Westfield 13. It was Mount Greylock 18, Drury St. Joseph Central 13. Doherty 46, Worcester South 8. Mar 16, Ludlow 12. Leominster 35, Wachusett 9. North Middlesex 21, Groton, Dunstable 20. Lowellton 44, Narragansett 12. Oakmont 29, Quabbin 13. Murdoch 21, Air Shirley nothing. Maiden 44, West Boston 18. Twinsburg 42, Garner 14. It was Bartlett 36, Oxford 6, Sheverdale 45, Grafton 6, and Southbridge 13, Millbury 6. It was Proctor 31, BCI 17, New Bedford Blake and Barnstable 14-0, Northbridge 35, Lunenburg 20, Auburn 37, Leicester 6, Dayton Rehoboth 40, Greater New Bedford nothing, Marshfield 20, Ridgewater Raynham 7. And it was Clifton 27, Hudson nothing. Here. Okay, take a look at college scores. Pilgrim 30, Pontiac 14. Lincoln 20, Hope 0. St. Raphael's Academy 28, Rogers 8. East Greenwich 20, Classical 14. Johnson 20, West Warwick 14. Portsmouth 20, East Providence 14. Burrville 41, Central Falls 14 here. Hendricken 41, Barrington 32. Cranston West 13, Cranston East 7. Portsmouth 20. No. We already did that. So South Kingstown 27, Cumberland 6. St. Raphael's 28, Rogers 8. North Kingstown 35, Mount Pleasant 12. Moses Band 27, Tolman 13. Mount Hope 31, Warwick Vets 12. Shade 35, Tiverton 7. Narragansett 55, Middletown 22. And North Providence 40, Exeter West Greenwich nothing. Okay, let's take a look at sports news here. The toxicology report out of late Tennessee Titans kicker Rob Barona clearly a blood alcohol level of 2.18%. 0.218% was well over the legal limit of 0.08 when he died. Jerome Baker talked with his teammates at Benedictine High School in Ohio as a 4-star linebacker nose praise from 36 to save second nationally. Kevin Harvick shattered his own Kansas Speedway record and won the pole to start the second round of the NASCAR chase for the Sprint Cup season championship. It is time for Brady to step up and deliver as the New England Patriots have a Sunday night showdown in the Gillette against the Cincinnati Bengals. Here, U.S. Ryder Cup captain Tom Watson reportedly tore into his place the night before Sunday night singles at Glen Eagles. The drama surrounded that dysfunctional 2014 U.S. team at the Ryder Cup Open. Sebastian Vettel will leave Red Bull at the end of the season as a team which would nurture his talent and brought him 4 consecutive drivers' championship switcher for Ferrari. The King has left the building, and now LeBron James has put in his Waterfront Miami mansion up for sale with a price tag of $17 million. The property is located in Coconut Grove neighborhood and boasts 16,768 square feet of living space with 6 bedrooms. Inglewood, Colorado, just 3 days after putting his name in the record books for the longest field goal ever. The Denver Broncos cut Matt Prater. Kansas City Royals manager Ned Yost didn't wait for a question. He knew that Kelvin Herrera's help was the primary topic in Game 2 of the American League Divisional Series against the Angels. Green Bay Packers running back Eddie Lacy had 132 yards and included 105 on the ground with 2 touchdowns. The Kansas Elias Lindholm celebrates his first goal of the season with Justin Falk and Nathan Kirby of the Carolina Hurricanes. They defeat the Buffalo Sabres 5-1 at PNC Arena and Raleigh. In DC United and Spring Kansas City 0-0 tie. That's going to be it for the PGA Channel News. Late now reporting this. Friday, October 3rd, 2014 PGA. Good night. What a good positive. I'll be looking forward to see you tomorrow morning.